Welcome into Mavericks Today. I am Harrison Graham. We are just 2 days away from the 2023 NBA Draft, so let's get you caught up on the latest rumors, including around a top draft prospect. That, of course, is Dereck Lively. Reports out there that multiple teams believe Lively could be the next Tyson Chandler and will go in the top 10 of this draft. He's been rising up draft boards, the center out of Duke. Now, you look at the raw stats, like obviously not a lot of this jumps out. Now, 2.4 blocks at the college level, that's a pretty good number there. And I think that translates. He can score around the basket, but, he's not a three-level scorer at this point or anything like that. But I think if you were to bring in Lively, he could offer immediate rim protection and rebounding, two things that the Mavericks do need. Can he develop more offensively? Well, here's what Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer had to say. He says he displays touch near the rim and could eventually develop into a three-point threat. He's most comfortable from the corners. He could have untapped potential as a spot-up shooter. He loves to run the floor in transition to get ahead of the defense. Mobile rim protector capable of stepping out and hedging, blitzing, or switching. Even if he gets beat, he's able to recover and use his 7'8" wingspan to alter or block the shot from behind. If he masters fundamentals, he could become a versatile big capable of excelling in any scheme. Now, the question I have, is this one of those lazy comps where it's like, oh, the Mavs pick at 10. They used to have Tyson Chandler when they won a championship. This player's kind of like Tyson Chandler. Or do the comps actually make sense? I actually think Lively is a little more athletic and a little more long, a guy who could develop a little more offensively. Obviously, Chandler never was a guy who even had a mid-range jumper or anything like that. But the thing about Lively as well is his floor is like, good defender, good rim protector. His ceiling is excellent defender, but also a guy who can develop offensively and be a 10-plus point per game scorer. So that obviously would be appealing for the Mavs, who need defense, need rim protection, but obviously can never have enough scoring either. Here's Marc Stein via his Substack. He says multiple teams have shared in recent days that Duke's Dereck Lively has true Tyson Chandler potential. That helps explain why Lively more and more is being projected as a top 10 pick, with Atlanta A, known to be interested, and B, known to be discussing trades with Dallas. That would move the Hawks up from the 15th pick to number 10. Now, if the Hawks want Lively at number 10, they should make Capela available, because we talked about this yesterday. I am much more higher on acquiring Capela than John Collins. There's been reports that the Hawks want to move John Collins to the Mavs to move up to 10. Mavs would get 15. But it sounds like Dallas would rather have Capela. I agree with that. And if you're going after Dereck Lively, why do you still want Capela? Like, that's just your Capela replacement if you are Atlanta. So I think that's something that they should be considering as well. Now, here's the trade idea from us here. Capela and 15 to Dallas for Bertans at number 10. Maybe the Mavs have to throw in a future second or something like that as well. But I would do this in a heartbeat. And if Atlanta thinks that Lively can be better than Capela, then I don't really get what the hesitation would be. Now, pick one. Who would you rather have? Maybe you'd rather just draft Dereck Lively. Type C for Clint Capela, L for Dereck Lively. I think I would take Capela because then I'm still getting number 15 as well. Let me know what you guys think. C for Capela or L for Lively. Now, some potential players the Mavericks could draft at the 15th pick. Jordan Hawkins, who's been moving up draft boards from UConn. Cason Wallace is a player I would be interested in. Bilal Coulibaly, the teammate of Victor Wembanyama, has been moving up boards and could sneak into the lottery. Keep an eye on him on draft night. Jet Howard out of Michigan, who we've talked about some, and then Rayan Rupert, who's been playing with the New Zealand Breakers. Few names. I'll throw one more in there. I don't think he falls to 15, but if Grady Dick somehow did, I would take him in a heartbeat because I think he instantly could provide shooting and some scoring as a rookie. Now, the end result, however the draft falls, the Mavericks should end up with the center and a wing by the end of the draft. Whether they move back and acquire one from Atlanta, then draft one. Now, the only scenario where they don't is if they just keep the number 10 pick and select a player, because then obviously you just get one player there. And I do think there are scenarios where that could happen. Like they could just take Taylor Hendricks out of UCF if he falls there. He's been projected to go kind of top 7, top 8 recently, but it's the draft. Guys can fall. Cam Whitmore's been sliding. If he falls to 10, would that convince the Mavs to just take the wing out of Villanova? Maybe that's in store as well. Or maybe they've fallen in love with the prospect and it just hasn't been leaked. So I don't think it's a given that they will trade this pick, but it certainly feels that way. I would say 70-75% chance some sort of trade takes place between now and Thursday night. Now, this is why you subscribe, because rumors are hot. They're heating up. We got the draft coming up, free agency around the corner. Still got to figure out what Kyrie's going to do. We're going to cover all of that and more over the next several weeks, so hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 23,000 subs ASAP here on the channel. Colin Sexton, remember last offseason, producer Coop and I hit Colin Sexton about 20 times here on Mavericks Today, and could he be a Mav this time around? Our good pal Jake Fischer of Yahoo Sports says Colin Sexton has been made available. Once again, he spent this past season with Utah and quietly played really well. I mean, if you acquired him and got these splits, you'd take it. Now, he only played in 48 games. He's had some injury concerns the past couple of years, but I would absolutely take those splits in a heartbeat. Now, you kind of wonder what the fit is, right? Especially if Kyrie stays. I think he'd have to be like your sixth man in that scenario. I think a potential second unit could be interesting, though. I mean, a Sexton-Hardy backcourt, I don't think you're stopping anybody, but you find a more upside scoring second unit guard combo in the NBA and get back to me. I think they could, between those two, average 25 to 30 points per game. Bullock could be a sniper off the bench. That's an intriguing second unit. Again, Sexton probably views himself as a starter, but if he embraced like a super sixth man role, I think I would be interested. Again, you would be bad defensively, but you just might be anyway, so why not just try and outscore people? Again, I don't think Sexton would be a top target for me at this point. I don't know what he would cost. Like, I'm certainly not trading number 10 for him, but maybe that's what is it, Coop? 2027 first. Maybe you trade him in a salary dump for Sexton. That maybe is something I would consider, but we'll have to just wait and see. This feels more like a disastrous scenario where, Kyrie ends up leaving, and then you're like, well, we need another guard. Colin Sexton, come on down. Do you want Colin Sexton in Dallas? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Again, there are scenarios where I would take him. Would he be my top option? I do not think so. Now, if you're still watching this video, that makes you a real one, which means you should get a real one t-shirt. We got the Mavs dark blue here. Also got the Mavs green if you want one of those as well. Other colors available, black, red, different shades as well. Chatsports.com/real1. That link is in the comments and in the description. Click and shop. Get yourself a Real One Chat Sports t-shirt today. No surprise here, but according to reports, the Mavs have completely moved on from Christian Wood. They will not be bringing him back. Marc Stein confirming that here, saying Wood is bound for unrestricted free agency with the Mavs, as I reported on April 9th, and have subsequently reconfirmed this week, not expected to make him an offer to return. The Mavs sources say have moved on and are looking to remake their center rotation. Look, I think there's a lot of blame to go around, and I still will hold firm here, even though Christian Wood has a track record of bouncing around and not necessarily fitting in well. I think Jason Kidd still needs to look himself in the mirror here and hold himself accountable. Obviously, Christian Wood does as well. It's just frustrating because the guy is very talented, especially offensively. I mean, he's, I would argue, a top 5 to 7 offensive center in this league with the ability to stretch the three-point line and be efficient, but he's lazy defensively. It doesn't seem like he's the most coachable. So, it is what it is at this point in time. There's also been some murmurs that behind the scenes it was worse than became public. Some of that chatter's kind of come out recently. So who knows, man? Wish him the best. We'll see where he ends up, but that will not be in Dallas, barring something unforeseen. Now, name a player the Mavs should replace Christian Wood with. Maybe Dereck Lively. Maybe a guy like Clint Capela. Certainly some guys out there that the Mavs can make some moves for. All right, Coop, help us wrap up this show here.
We have a couple of birthday shout-outs, Harrison Graham. Dirk Nowitzki turned 45 yesterday, so happy birthday to the GOAT.
45.
45, and then happy 64th birthday today to the other GOAT, Mr. Chuck Cooperstein.
Pops right there, radio
Pops.
Voice of the Mavs. Let's go.
Love you. Big summer upcoming. Hopefully the Mavs come back into contention. We need it like a fish needs water. That's all I'll say.
Hopefully you're calling some playoff games next year, Coop.
That's what we hope. That's what we hope.
And Chuck, if you're watching, miss working with you, and you are the GOAT. All right, we're signing off here. Get the MFFLs going for Dirk and Coop in the comments. A couple of big birthdays going on the last couple of days. Producer Coop and I will be back hopefully tomorrow for another video. Maybe something draft-related on the eve of the draft. We'll see. But rumors will be flying, so I'm sure we'll have lots of stuff ready for you guys. We'll see you guys soon here on Mavericks Today.